Hello and welcome to Modern Toy Fair News, the weekly show that talks about toys. I am your host, Michael, and I am joined by one of the hosts of the Figuratively Speaking podcast and my co-host, Nate. How are you this week, Nate?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good too. This is 2 weeks in a row. This is
2 weeks in a row.
a first for a while since Jamar came
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Some out there, somebody's really mad that I'm back. And then someone else is like, hey,
Yeah.
that guy's all right.
They're like, he buys a lot of things, and I like to see that.
He does. This week,
You're gonna let
I
them
bought
down.
a lot of stuff. I bought a lot of stuff. I just don't have a lot of stuff, I guess. I did a lot of pre-orders this week, so.
Me too. Jesus.
And I think we're gonna get into some of it.
Oh, 100% we'll be talking about some of them. So if you are new to the show, the way it works is we break down the weekly toy news, we show you our weekly purchases, and then we send you on your merry way. So let's go ahead and start the same way we do every week, and that is with Mcfarlane. First, someone has found the very first Platinum Edition figure in Mexico, of all places. And
all right.
It's a DC Multiverse Injustice Gorilla Grodd. And he's in silver armor this time. There's no dates or info or anything like that for the US release just yet, but I'm sure we'll be hearing more soon. We then got an overseas listing for a bunch of Spawn stuff. Some stuff we kind of already speculated on that was coming out, but we have Gunslinger Spawn, Redeemer, Raven Spawn, Deluxe Clown, and Mega Violator. No information on when these will release or even official images. Some of them do have images that were like teased by Todd either in the background of one of his videos or on Instagram. But closing out things for Mcfarlane, Todd teased the already leaked DC Multiverse Suicide Squad figures with a picture of King Shark from the movie, since the trailer just released. The leaked wave from back in February consists of Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man, and Peacemaker, with King Shark as the Build-A-Figure. Also leaked were unmasked variants of Bloodsport and Peacemaker, and a gold label version of King Shark. So not a whole lot to unpack here, mostly just kind of rumors, not really a whole lot of official stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of dig the silver Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I like that he puts out, we've talked about it before, I like that he finds interesting ways to reuse the molds. Usually it's 1, 2, 3 times at the most with a different color variant or something like that. But, it gives collectors something else, something to do. It's not a must-have unless you're an absolute completist. And, it helps them then create more. So I'm all for it. But I got to be honest, the Suicide Squad ones are where I'm at, even though we don't get to see anything yet. The trailer came out last Friday after we recorded. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not the world's biggest fan of the first movie. Obviously, I have a Harley collection. I'm a big fan. I thought she was a bright spot of the movie. I think the cast is incredible in the first one. I just think the movie itself is a mess. But this looks like what I wanted that first one to be. I mean, this one just looks like a lot of fun and not a horrible dancing villain that I was not into. So, and this looks to be what I think is going to be. I even sent a message to you that I think this is going to be like the team of the movie. I think there's going to be 2 different teams. I think one that goes and either gets blown up or they have to help rescue or something. But then this is going to be the main core team. And I'm so excited about Peacemaker of all people.
Oh yeah.
This is a situation where the casting just fully eclipses the character. I knew that Peacemaker was a character. I don't know that I've ever read anything with him in it, or at least anything that I've remembered. But I mean, you'd put John Cena in there talking about how he's going to eat all these dicks in the name of justice. And I'm so in for that. I don't know what it is about that guy. Like I'm not a wrestling guy, but any movie he's been in, I think I've seen and loved, with the possible exception of the one where he's the firefighter. I did not see that one.
Yeah.
I knew that was enough, that was not for me. But I mean, especially his comedy roles like in Sisters and Trainwreck. I just thought he has great comedic timing, and this looks like a perfect way for him to show, off his action skills as well as be incredibly funny. So I'm excited about the lineup that he showed.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I want to see the like variant of King Shark versus the Build-A-Figure, because I have a feeling one of them's gonna be just doused in blood. It's gotta be,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And it's probably going to be some sort of exclusive that'll be able to be sold, like we even saw this week with the Entertainment Earth Batman. That was a shock to be at Entertainment Earth. So that they could definitely, something like them or Big Bad Toy Store or even Amazon.
This one, the King Shark is supposed to be gold label, so that would be Walmart, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah. The other two, though, those could pop up. Who knows? Nothing's really been confirmed. That's the only one that was rumored to be gold label. I am also kind of curious to see which Harley Quinn we get. If we get her in what seems to be like her like almost like red and black riot gear, or if she's gonna be in that like dress that we see in the trailer.
I'm assuming for the action figure it'll be like more like the riot gear, because I think that'll lend well or easier to a figure. What I really want to know, and I don't think this has been uncovered at all, but those way back when, at the beginning of 2020, like 150 Mcfarlane DC figures ago, on the back of the packages, there was a Birds of Prey Harley shown. Like, not an actual figure, just the picture from the movie. And it never came out. We just got the classic version. So I wonder if that was ever planned, or if it just kind of got axed because the movie reception was a little tepid. So I'm excited to get,
because the movie just didn't
get
well received, despite being a good movie. Like, I was shocked how much I enjoyed it.
I think it's a lot of fun. It is exactly what it is.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be. But I'll be excited to get another Mcfarlane Harley, because I've only gotten the one. So of all the figures he's done and all the characters that are popular, he's only just done the one, and I think he could have done a lot more. But
yeah, that could just be also DC trying to like ease off the gas with her a little bit, because they don't want to oversaturate, since like for a solid 3 years during the time that like they were making Suicide Squad, and when she was when she was really popular, they just beat that dead horse over and over again. Like you couldn't go anywhere without seeing something Harley related.
Right.
So I think it's more so just trying to ease off, so that way people aren't sick of her and then don't want to see this movie.
Which is a smart move. You just normally don't see companies do that.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at Spider-Gwen. Right. They abused that property so much that they had to change the name to try to spice it up.
Yeah.
We can't like not talk about Spawn. I'm not a huge Spawn fan.
Right.
But like the fact that now we have actual listings overseas kind of confirms these figures, versus before it was like, wait, look in the background here or there, like during like videos and stuff, and seeing these things and be like, that looks like it's new articulation. That doesn't look like one of the old like statue figures. So it's kind of exciting to get a little more on that. The clown is a new announcement though, because they didn't show that off at all. Like the other ones were kind of talked about and shown to an extent, but he's apparently going to be slightly bigger, since obviously they want him to be in scale with Spawn. Same thing with Violator, since he's gonna be like one of the mega ones, kind of like Darkseid's gonna be. So here's hoping we get like legit pictures of those. I would have to assume probably over the summer of Comic-Con would be my guess.
Yeah, that would make sense. I'm just excited to get more Spawn. I actually was a pretty big Spawn fan back in the day. I have something later that I will show you that sort of applies. But I definitely want to see more of the Spawn, the actual characters, like, Violator and, the Redeemer and things like that, things that were actually in the comic. I don't know if Pilgrim Spawn, I'm sure it was at some point or on a cover. I did kind of lose interest around 98, 99 after the movie had come out, so I didn't keep up with it. Neither did I keep up with the toy lines for the most part. So I have no idea if that's actually a character, but I like the separate characters and I want to see more. I'd like to see more of those, especially those first series and first wave ones like Overkill and Tremor, I think. Maybe. I might be forgetting on that one, but
yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure. I wasn't a big Spawn guy. Like I enjoyed the weird movie they did back then.
I enjoyed
it doesn't age animated
well.
stuff, but
Yeah.
beyond that, it
Yeah,
wasn't like
I was reading the comics because I liked Todd McFarlane a lot. So I mean, that was in '92. I was like 14, 13. So that book really appealed to me at the time. It seemed really, it wasn't, it was much darker and cooler than anything that Marvel and DC were putting out at that time
yeah. I
in
mean, I was
1992.
1, so that's
Yeah,
perfect
no, I get
age to
it.
be getting into
I get
the
it.
murder spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creature that, comes from hell to be a hero of the damned,
Yeah.
pretty pictures though. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
and there was a clown in it.
Yeah.
I mean, he ate people, but that's fine.
I mean, that was probably on the little carousel thing above my bed. Just his
Yeah.
face with the blue, and yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, well,
Moving on, though, in NECA news, we are getting American Werewolf in London Nazi mutant figures. Well, figure, because this is a single figure of 4 heads rather than individual figures. You can pre-order the Nazi mutant on Big Bad Toy Store for $32.99, shipping in August. But that's not all. Randy also tweeted out another tease for the TMNT movie, Walmart exclusive Splinter's origin story. And no release date, no real information, just this one picture of Hamato Yoshi. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks really cool. I just don't know if I need it.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where I'm like, I'll if I come across it, more likely if my friend Craig comes across it, then he'll get it for me. But if I don't find it, I can't see myself really freaking out or anything and being real upset. It looks neat, but
yeah, I mean the sculpt, like from what you can see in this picture, it looks like a legit figure. Like if you're someone who's super into the movie, this is a fantastic addition to your collection. I've just cooled off of the movie just because there's so much turtle stuff to collect right now.
Right,
Between
there really is.
The 3 different, or 4 different, if you can count Mirage, versions of the turtles that NECA's doing. Then you got Super 7, and then we have other companies who are now like getting into the game. So it's one of those things where you don't want to just only have shelves full of turtles unless that's your only thing. Like,
right.
I would have nowhere to put them at this point. I'm slowly running out of space on my Toon Turtle shelf, let alone trying to add more stuff. So it's kind of like
especially with that first movie. Other than the main ones that they did, Splinter, Shredder, Foot Soldier, and the Turtles, and the rest of them are people.
Yeah.
And they're making them, which is great, but it's really only because it's that TMNT movie that they can get away with that and put out a bunch of figures of random people like Danny and Hamato Yoshi. I mean, it's a cool set, don't get me wrong. And if you're really into, martial arts and ninja stuff, then you might even like that in addition to it being turtles and such. But, really, if Danny wasn't a Loot Crate exclusive, which is why it is a Loot Crate exclusive, because nobody would care. Like, if it was at Target, no one would want it.
I honestly feel like
think
the only way Danny really would have sold otherwise is if he would have been in a 2-pack with April.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yep.
Like, it just... He's not necessarily like an important character, but he's far from like someone I think of instantly when I think of the Ninja Turtle movie.
Right. It's usually when I put the movie in and I go, oh yeah, this guy.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot there's that shitty redhead kid who just ruins everything.
Yeah, who steals $20 and then takes that awesome picture that April drew and folds it.
Right?
Just folds it. Puts it right in front of her. That has bothered me for 31 years this week because it came out this week 31 years ago, and I have always wanted to wring his neck for that.
Well, now you're going to be able to when your Loot Crate ships.
I will.
I can't wait for that
look for that
weekly purchase.
Yeah, we'll have to rig that up just right.
Oh man, and I don't know about you. I'm not like, I've seen the movie, but it's not like huge for me. But the American Werewolf in London stuff, a lot of people were freaking out about the Nazi mutants and like super excited. I have to assume it's kind of disappointing though that it's one figure, 4 heads versus maybe doing one with 2 and one or another one of 2 or something where because you're gonna want to obviously army build this to have all 4, and now you're gonna have like 12 heads just sitting around doing nothing, or 9 heads.
Yeah, I thought about this because I've seen people's reactions online, and My thought process behind it is I think this is perfect because it's I would rather give the option of buying four rather than being forced to buy four. In the movie itself, it's a very cool sequence, but it is a dream sequence. It is not really part of the main movie. It's very cool looks. It's a very like it's a legitimately freaky scene, and it's very startling, and like there's actually legitimate scares there. But at the same time, it's not super integral to the overall plot. It comes back up in a certain way, but it's not like those characters come back into it. And I think if I had seen a set and it was $100 and whatever dollars, I would have been like, nope, because they're not. I'm gonna get the werewolf and I'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now I have the option. I'm gonna get one for sure. I've actually put two of them on pre-order, and I might use the headstands for the other two, but I like the option of being able to make that decision for myself rather than being forced into it. And really, the lower bodies are pretty much the same on all of them anyway. So as long as they're articulated, you could really do all four different looks if you want to. But if you don't, I think you're fine otherwise. And that's where I'm at with that. I think it's a better option.
That makes sense. I almost feel like what they should have done is, and who knows, maybe they will, but maybe do a single one that just came with the figure, a couple accessories and the four heads, and then for like Comic-Con or something, do a 4-pack and you get a bunch of more accessories, kind of like they're doing with the Disguised Turtles. Something where if you don't want to have to go, like, obviously by the end of it you'll probably spend the same amount of money, but then at least you don't have 9 heads laying around that you have nothing to do with, or 8 heads,
right?
Whatever the math is. So it kind of it evens it out for someone who does want 4 but doesn't want to sit on those heads. But then also gives someone like you who just wants maybe 1 or 2 that kind of leeway as well without having to spend like $100.
Yeah, it's kind of, to me, it's very similar to the argument that was happening, previous years when they would release the different Pennywise figures,
Mm-hmm.
and each Pennywise figure would come with like 3 different heads, and each time they would bring one out, they're like, well, people would be like, well, why isn't this an accessory set? But it's like, well, because then I'm gonna need to go buy another figure to put some of these heads on. So if I'm already buying another figure, then I've got. So I can see both sides to it,
Yeah.
but with this one specifically, I think that the one with the 3 heads or the 4 heads is best.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. I mean,
Another company actually made these before. Soda,
oh yeah,
SOTA, made them. I had it and I sold it like probably a year or two ago because I was just like, this is my representation of American Werewolf in London without any werewolf.
yeah.
So now that I'll have them both, I'm totally fine with it. But I'm definitely glad they announced these second, because then I would have been like, again, I would have been like, no, thank you. I don't need these again
Mm-hmm.
without a werewolf.
Yeah. It definitely makes sense to put the werewolf first, because that's kind of the main character of the movie. So it kind of defeats the purpose. Be like, oh, but you can have these Nazi mutants.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think in the long run, I think they'll sell more of one than they would have 4-packs.
Oh yeah, I agree. Realistically, from a retail standpoint, it makes significantly more sense.
Yep.
It just sucks for that person who wants to represent all 4 of them.
Right.
Because trust me, as
But
someone
then you just,
who has bins of accessories, once you get
yeah.
so many Mezco Batmans with so many Batarangs, you kind of are like,
Yeah.
what the fuck do I do with all these? So
Right. You just are going to have like a whole just bag full of demon heads.
yeah, there you go. Get some blood effects and just put them all over the floor somewhere, and
Yep.
there you go.
Yep. See, we solved it.
We did. That's what we do here.
We're solving problems, and we're helping you excuse the fact that you shouldn't spend money, but you're gonna anyway. I'm a great enabler.
Oh, and I'm really easily enabled. Moving on, though, loyal subjects have images of the upcoming Lord of the Rings Sauron figure. He will be $15.99, but no pre-orders yet. This is a part of I believe it's the 5-inch line of figures they've been doing, which I don't know how he fits into this, because I don't know about you, but when I saw Lord of the Rings, he was not the same size as, say, like Legolas or any of the other characters. He was at least like double their size. So
yes,
this is cool if you just want him and just like a cheap representation of him on your shelf. But if you're someone who's going to be collecting all of the Lord of the Rings figures from this line, I feel like it's not going to go well.
these are terrible. I don't know what else to say about them though. Like all of these figures I've seen at the stores, these loyal subjects ones, they're awful. So why you'd want to buy this when right now Diamond Select is putting you can get a build a figure for
Mm.
Sauron. Yeah, granted it's not 15.99, but
And also keep in mind that they even announced the rest of the figures in the line that you have to get the build a figure. So
that's true.
who knows how long it'll be before you
That's true.
complete it.
Yeah, I mean there is that, but I'm just not a fan of this line. I don't know. Yeah.
I agree with you. I've seen these in stores a handful of times, and about I'd say 50 or 60% of the figures I see look real bad. Some of the
Real
anime
bad.
related ones, not terrible. Like
Yeah.
they're great for the price range that you're looking for. But like most of the live action characters, the likeness is so bad, and
Oh, so
it's
bad.
if you didn't have like clear costumes telling you what character it is, I'd be like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, if you want a Sauron figure, you need to go get the Jack Specific one, because that one was incredible. He had the soft goods cape. He came with like a little baggie of different rings, so if you lost one, you could just keep adding them back. His
Yep.
fingers came off. He came with his
Oh, you
mace.
mean the Toy Biz one?
Oh, Toy Biz, yeah, not Jax. Sorry, I
Yeah,
got
I
that mixed up.
have that.
Yeah, that one is
Yeah, that
absolutely
one's awesome.
incredible.
I still have that. That Toy Biz Lord of the Rings line was insane. That was probably one of the last massive toy lines like that we're ever going to see, where they made so many different characters over a short period of time. Because I mean, not like Star Wars, where those movies came out every year.
Mm-hmm.
So we got those lines over and over and over. They did an amazing job on those. I really do think that that's like the last great line.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree. Because I just remember, God, I think I was probably in middle school when all that went down, and I just had basically like a full-on war zones worth of characters and figures, because they
Mm-hmm.
had like the orcs you could army build, because they usually had like
Mm-hmm.
different pieces you could swap and stuff, and there was of course like 8 different versions of Frodo you could get.
Yeah.
So like, and same thing with all the other characters. Like I loved that line, and I like I said, I believe that's the best Sauron figure you're ever gonna get.
Yeah, no, that figure is amazing. That's why I'm kind of curious to see the diamond one
Mm-hmm.
in comparison to that one, because that's a tough one to beat.
I don't know if he'll be able to, because I mean, even the
Yeah,
Sauron from Toy Biz even lights up, like his eyes
yeah,
do, if I
he
remember correctly.
talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
he talks
like,
too.
between how detailed that figure was, the fact that you've got the soft goods like tattered cape, you've got the accessories it comes with, the fact like everything. I don't know if Diamond's gonna be able to come close to that.
Yeah, I don't think so. And we know Loyal Subjects isn't. So
Yeah, little subject is like if Sauron wanted a like miniature doll of himself to just
hmm
keep in the corner of his man cave. That's what this one would be.
I mean, Toy Biz even made a later version of Sauron, which was just the eye.
Mm-hmm.
That's how deep they went.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saw a bunch of those at we the for the audience. We have a chain of stores in my area called the Exchange, and that Michael knows when he used to live here. But they had a couple of those multi packs that had come out
Oh
over the
yeah.
years with some really cool characters, and I was like, and I'm like, I do not need to get back into these. I do still have all my ones that I had, but when they went down to the smaller, like more rectangle boxes instead of those
Mm-hmm.
full round ones, I had gotten out of it, and that's where they brought out a lot of the really bizarre and
Oh yeah.
far-reaching characters,
I kept
and of
in it
course, those are
because
the ones
yeah.
that are worth money.
I went through, and I wasn't an inbox collector, so I was like, oh, this just means less shit I have to tear apart to try to get to
Right?
this figure. So it was easy.
Yeah,
I mean, not gonna lie, the old like oval shape was really cool, and if you were an inbox
they
collector, that
were.
those probably display incredibly on your shelf. But it just made my life easier, so I wasn't gonna
Yep.
complain.
Yeah, because those were a pain in the ass to open.
Mm-hmm. Especially
Oof.
if you were someone who then also wanted to attempt to keep the box to eventually put
Yeah.
the figure back in, either because you're gonna eventually get rid of it or something. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be significantly better than what you're gonna get with loyal subjects, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But moving on to a company that isn't gonna disappoint you, Storm Collectibles put up pre-orders of the New Ultra Street Fighter 4 Evil Ryu. Ryu comes with multiple faceplates and hands, burning energy effects, and a dark Hadoken. He is available for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store for $89.99, shipping in August. So we showed the teaser image last week, and then following week, bam, pre-orders are up.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, after seeing the more pictures of this, normally I don't get anything from this line, but I'm like, okay, this might be my one. This might be my one and done, because he's pretty awesome, and just seeing him with the burning energy,
that part is really cool.
Yeah.
They really, those accessories that they sometimes do on those, between that and the Mortal Kombat line, I can see why you would want those.
Oh yeah,
knowing you.
Yeah, knowing me, and that's exactly how he's going to be on my shelf. Is just stand there with the energy burning across him, maybe doing Hadoken, who knows? But yeah, it was.
Why not?
It was so cool, and I'm like, screw it. I'll have at least one representation. I'm gonna take the Jamar road and just be like, I need some shelf representation for some of my other things I like.
That's definitely a weird one for Street Fighter, is Evil Ryu, but hey, it's your shelf. You do what you want.
Well, see, I was always more of a Akuma fan. So,
okay.
This is you get the main character, but you also get him as, the evil version, which would go with Akuma. So, it's
that's fair enough.
And also, I mean, Ryu, he's kind of a boring dude if you don't have something cool like this going on. So, I feel like it's pretty easy sell for me.
Yeah. For anybody who just gets, Ken and Ryu for your display, for your shelf representation, yikes.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many better characters, especially than Ken.
Yeah.
Ken is generic blonde guy. He's the Yamcha of the Street Fighter world.
For sure.
Oh man, but moving on again. With pre-orders ending today, if you're watching when the show goes up, Super 7 released a new image of the packaging to the Thundercats Ultimates Thundertank. And oh man, it's going to get you right in the 80s feels, because this thing looks like you would have went to Toys R Us and it would have been there on the shelf 30 or 40 years ago. And I feel like
about 35 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, I have to assume you pre-ordered it by now, right?
I did. I actually did it today. Yep. I was under the gun, and it was I couldn't. I knew it was April 2nd, and I couldn't remember if it was April 2nd at 12:01 a.m. or if it was the follow. So I was just I'll do it on the 1st and play it safe. So I just threw it on my PayPal credit, and I was like, well, I'll just pay this off over the next few months then, because then it doesn't seem as bad. I did that with Castle Grayskull. I did that with I don't know if HasLabs let me do that or if I just did it with Castle Grayskull. No, I can't remember. It's not as great of a story. But that's what I did with this. So it doesn't seem as big of a chunk at once.
So then I'm assuming the payment plan that they have on Super 7's website wasn't that great?
I didn't look at it only because PayPal credit, if you do over $100, is 6 months no interest.
Oh, okay.
So I think theirs is a 4 payment, maybe. I don't know.
Ooh,
I'm just used to using this, and it'll give me the freedom to do however I want to do it until it needs to be paid. Yeah. And I threw an extra Lion-O in there too, so I could have him in the Thundertank. Because I mean, I saw how fast the first Lion-O sold out. If I wanted another one down the line, there's going to be no way for me to get it. So I was since they're
cheap.
Yeah. So, and by cheap, $45, but I know he's not going to be any cheaper than that.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, the first one, until they came out and said, hey, we're working on releasing him, don't pay the scalpers, he was up to almost $200 at one point.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah.
Plus he comes with so many different heads and accessories. I can definitely display him a totally different way.
Find all sorts of different ways to make it work.
Yeah.
Though, moving on from Super 7, we do have Hasbro, who put up pre-orders for what will likely be known as the Marvel Legends Falcon and Winter Soldier #NotMyCaptainAmerica figure. Keeping on brand with Discount Cap, though, he is a Walmart exclusive, available this fall for $22.99. They also put up pre-orders for 2 new Marvel Legends Retro 80th Anniversary figures of Webman and Deadpool. Both are available through all major e-retailers. Webman is $22.99 shipping in October, and Deadpool is $29.99 shipping in August. But that's not all from Hasbro. We got e-retailer distributors listings for new Fortnite Victory Royale with Cheese line, and the listings show Ripley, Midas Rex, Linux, Chaos Agent, Deluxe 2-pack of Sky and Meowscles, a Shark accessory, the Choppa, and Arcade Machine accessory. Unfortunately, there's no pictures or anything of these yet because they're just popped up in the distributors ordering listings, and the names for some of them are familiar, but most of them I have no clue who or what these look like.
Yeah, at least the good thing there is it seems like they're doing things that haven't been done yet. Other than I heard you say Meowscles, but
yeah,
I don't know if there's different versions of them or not. But that seems like maybe it's a good thing because maybe they're springboarding off of what Jazzwares has already done, so that way they're not repeating themselves too close, and maybe they'll go back to get stuff later. I don't know. But the Marvel Legends stuff, the Webman was. I'm not as familiar with Webman. I did snap up that Captain America figure though at Walmart. I'm excited because I don't want to say anything, but there was some leaked pictures of a
Falcon,
the Falcon and the Winter Soldier figures, and the version of John Walker that's coming out in that wave is different. So it's nice to get this Captain America emblazoned version, and I love that the box style is very similar to how that he's been presented. So I'm really digging that. I really like that, and absolutely not, correct, hashtag not my Captain America, but love the whole setup here. And the crazy thing, and I didn't realize, that's Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah.
It's Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's son, because like Kate Hudson's Goldie Hawn's daughter from another marriage or whatever. But yeah, this is the heir of that hair. I love Kurt Russell. Oh my god,
I love Kurt Russell too, but like
it's why people they give so much crap to Guardians 2, and I'm like, no, I got to see 1981 Kurt Russell again. You don't know what that means to me to see brand new 1980-81 era Kurt Russell hair. So whatever. So he gets a pass forever. But I'm excited. The Deadpool figure is technically not new. It had been out before as a some sort of con exclusive that was available for some retailers, but they're putting it back out there, which is very cool. It's really sharp on that X-Force card.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the few I actually kept on card just because I really like the way that it looks. I try to get one of those that I keep on the card, like the different card styles. So like the original Marvel Universe ones, and then the X-Men, and then now the X-Force, and then that Doctor Doom one, which is so snazzy on that Fantastic Four. I ended up having to get two.
Same.
Because I loved the figure. I was like, the first one I got, I was like, I can't open this. And I'm not an inbox collector, but I was just like, my God, this just looks so cool. So yeah, definitely if you're curious or like Deadpool and you missed out, definitely pre-order that because it's sharp looking. The metallic paint is nice too.
It looks really cool in the pictures. I'm not gonna lie, I pre-ordered Deadpool just because I think I've decided I'm gonna start a small inbox collection of just specific characters from this line. Like I'll probably do, if they do a Tiger Stripe like Jim Lee style Wolverine, I'll probably do like a Blue Beast and maybe like Nightcrawler and Juggernaut. And then maybe a few others from other things that I might eventually do. Like if they do a Venom for the Spider-Man ones, I'll probably do that, or even a Doc Ock. That would be awesome. I was like, all right, this Deadpool's cool. I don't really have a need for a Marvel Legends Deadpool because I have my Mezco one, but in box it's gonna look pretty nice. And I had to get two of the Doctor Dooms as well. And mine wasn't even like I got in hand and couldn't do it. Mine was I saw the packaging and I was like, I can order two because I'm not gonna want to take this out because that packaging is absolutely incredible. Like,
it's awesome.
The fact that they matched that style, considering those were not like just a square, simplistic card.
Right.
I was in awe.
Yeah, I loved it. I hope that's something that's maybe happening either later this year or maybe next year, like a nice retro Fantastic Four wave. Because I know there's been a lot of them lately, but oh my God, what I wouldn't do to get a Fantastic Four She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, that would be a simple repaint for one of the molds they have. So,
They could easily do
Would
it.
love it.
Yeah. But moving on from one Deadpool to another, Sentinel released new images of their armored Deadpool figure. He comes with swappable hands, ninja stars, pistols, and swords. He's available on Big Bad Toy Store for $99.99, shipping in September. I'm not gonna lie, I'm usually very iffy on this line, but this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect for it because it's
Yeah.
literally if Deadpool were to steal an Iron Man suit, this is what it'd look like in my mind.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. This line is weird. I don't really get it, and I'm not really sure who it's for. But at the same time, they're awesome looking figures. So if you love Marvel and love like the import stuff, yeah, these are great. And the Deadpool one looks really cool.
Yeah, I have to keep stopping myself because it's on the main page for Big Bad Toy
Mm-hmm.
Store, and I see it. I'm like, oh, it looks so cool. But I'm like, what the fuck would I do with it? Like, I don't
Right.
need it. Like, but then I see the picture of like him just like hugging Iron Man and like touching his ass, and I'm like, God damn it, that'd be so great. But I'm like, then I need Iron Man so I can just have that on my shelf. So
Yeah.
it's very very difficult for me to not.
It's awesome looking though. I do like it.
Yeah, they definitely did a stellar job, and I maybe I'll see it in hand at some like collectible shop and breakdown, but I can't let them get me because then they'll get me for a lot more than just Deadpool.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna stay on the X-Men news apparently because this next story,
I'm good with that.
oh boy. So Mezco blew their entire load all over collectors' faces this week with the freshly announced Deluxe Steelbox edition Wolverine actually going up for pre-order. It's literally been a month since it was announced, and we're getting full solicitations, and it's up for pre-order. He is stacked. We have 8 different heads, including 2 different Logans, one younger, one a little more like his kind of average age in the comics. We also are getting a first appearance masked head, even a battle damage head where you can see the adamantium coming through his skull. We're getting 6 pairs of hands. One of them is actually even includes bone claws, which we all know that is rare enough in an action figure for Wolverine.
Right.
He comes with interchangeable belts, so you can have like a black belt or you can have the red belt. The red belt does come with a swappable buckle, so you can have the X-Men logo or you can actually have the normal belt clasp, depending on what look you want to go for. And then he also comes with 5 claw slashing effects, which that's kind of a new thing for Mezco. They usually don't do this kind of stuff except for for bullet effects. He also comes with a folded down version of the mask, so if you have him with the Logan head, it actually makes sense that it's kind of draped down over his shoulders, and that's a great addition. He comes with a normal display stand, just a little circle one, but he also comes with a light up destroyed Sentinel base with removable eye. Wolverine is available on Mezco.com for $155, set to ship between October and December of this year. Oh, buddy. People... Well, it's not the first time something's been pre-ordered while recording the show.
I was on the fence as it was. This Mezco stuff has been your fault.
You're welcome.
Because I did pick up, we talked about last week, I did pick up the 3-pack, and then I did jump on that Wonder Woman and Aquaman that you told me about on Big Bad Toy Store, which is arriving tomorrow, by the way. I was hoping they were going to get here today, but they're not.
That's a
so
shame.
I've been kind of back and forth. Yeah, and I've recently been looking at. I found at the aforementioned exchange store. I found a brown and yellow Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been really thinking about that, and I think I want to get that because I do like the brown and yellow better. That's more the color that I associate more with Wolverine. But I looked up the other ones, and then I saw that there was a previous Tiger Stripe one, but it's so expensive now.
Mm-hmm.
And then this popped up, and I was like, boy, that does look really good. And then just hearing you list everything off, I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So
and he comes in a steel tin box. So that.
Yeah, I do like those.
Yeah. I will say I used to own the Tiger Stripe Wolverine that they previously did. He was a New York Comic Con exclusive. And people laughed in my face when this one was announced, and I sold mine because I was like, I know for a fact this one is already just from the preview we got significantly better than the one that was already out. So I was like, this thing's gonna plummet once this gets put up for pre-orders. It may eventually go up just for people who want, complete con exclusives and stuff like that. But realistically, it's not gonna last. And guess what? The day this came out, people couldn't even sell theirs for $150.
Wow.
Yeah, he went from being worth like $300 to $400 to dropping down to just a little bit over retail at that point. So
yeah,
it really is an insane improvement. And I was talking to a buddy earlier today, actually, that if this is the direction Mezco decides to go, a little bit more expensive, but you get this much,
right?
I'm all in. Take my soul, take my firstborn, you name it, you get it. Like the fact we get 8 different heads and they're so drastically,
that's insane.
Different options.
And that's really what did it for me, because I am a big Wolverine fan and through the different eras. So to have all these shelf representation of all these eras of Wolverine, thank you, Jamar. That I had just listening to, I was like, and then you said Clawfex, and I was like, okay,
yeah,
just stop. I can only get so excited.
Yeah, it's insane, and
this is horrible. I don't need to get into this line, but you have got me. This is your fault, and I willingly, I just took it.
You did.
Like, yes, give it. I want more, because I pre-ordered Destro.
Mm-hmm.
I did the DC ones. What else did I get? Leatherface, because of talking about it on the show. I want to say there's another one, but I might just be forgetting about it. Although I did look, I still have my order for the '89 Batman. I don't know that that's ever coming. But
rumor is, what was it? Someone actually posted last week that they had their waitlist converted, which means usually within a month of like them converting some waitlist orders over, means they're at least on the ship getting ready to come over to the States.
Okay.
So I'd say it's coming soon. I mean, take that with a grain of salt, because this guy really could have just took an old waitlist conversion, swapped out the blue highlighted print that said, Keaton Batman.
Sure.
But I can't imagine someone would go through that much effort to try to convince people it's coming out soon. So I think he'll be out within probably by, either shipping by beginning of May, be my guess.
It would be nice.
Yeah,
because it was January, maybe December, January or December of 2020.
It was January, because they have like 2 different Batman days now. So it was for the January Batman day, which I don't think they do anymore. Now they just do the real Batman day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's real wonky. But this is incredible. I'm hoping that the new classic Superman gets this treatment, and we get a bunch of different style heads.
Yeah,
and some insane accessories. Like, oh man, I'd love to get some laser eyes that actually have like a blast off effect, like it's hitting something. That'd be pretty sweet. So we'll have to wait and see for those. But if you haven't already, make sure to pre-order your Wolverine. He is available pretty much anywhere you can get Mezco figures, because he's a regular release. He's not an exclusive. If you want to get him first, Mezco.com, they do require, I think it's like a $38 non-refundable deposit. Or you can do Big Bad Toy Store, who I think also has a deposit for it. You just did.
Yeah, it's $15.50,
which isn't as bad.
They've been doing more and more like the 10% deposits on some of the more pricier items, I think, because they were getting a lot of cancellations for stuff. So,
which makes sense. I can't blame on that.
Yeah, no, I don't mind it, because it takes a little bit off up front, and then it guarantees you it, and then you just have to pay for it later. So I don't mind the deposit at all.
Yeah, I when I have money, I don't mind it. If it's
right.
If it's a situation where it's like that dead center between the paychecks, and you're like, damn, that $40 or that $15 is gonna eat into my lunch money, then it's like, well, I'll have to wait and see. But I made sure to pre-order at least one. I'm debating if I want to get more than one. We'll see where that goes. But is this even gonna be, if you have a local shop that you go to, I would say, unless you're desperate to get it first, order from them, support them. Unless they're gonna upcharge you, in which case fuck them. But beyond that, the more people that buy this, the more chances we'll get better figures like this for other
Yeah.
characters in the line. So
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
see
we
it.
didn't even talk about the Sentinel base, but that's awesome too.
Oh
That's
yeah,
almost
man.
like going back to old Marvel Legends from Toy Biz
Yeah,
style.
that's what I thought at first. I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that'd be
Mm-hmm.
so cool to have because that straight up looks like it's the Toy Biz figures. And they're like, oh,
Yep.
by the way, it comes with it. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. And doesn't it light up?
Yeah, it lights up. The chest and
Yeah.
the eyes light up.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
So that's going to be amazing.
yeah, and it's gonna look great. As long as it scales right, it's gonna look great with the HasLab Sentinel.
Yeah.
So you can
I
have
guess
that
we'll
next
find
to him,
out.
and then
Yeah.
Wolverine standing on the dead one.
Because that is this year. I keep forgetting that as time progresses, because I think most people have gotten their Unicron now, which is awesome. That was the second big HasLab, so
yeah, because he's supposed to come out, I think August or September, I think. So
yep.
hopefully we'll get to see that baby in real life. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
But it is time to close out the news with our final story, and that is that some people in the toy industry decide to have some fun with April Fools this year. Randy went as far as to tweet a graphic showing that the Toon Turtles Disguise 4-pack would be an eBay exclusive with only 1,000 made, available for one day only. And then Super 7 announced an Invisible Man reaction figure. Not gonna lie, I like it. I'm glad that both of them were at least not believable enough that it wasn't like a disappointment situation or like a heart attack situation kind of thing. But I love that Randy literally took everything people say about the Turtle line negatively and made it into one. Like,
I'm sure that made some people mad. I thought it was hilarious.
I did too. Like, you can't go and be like, oh, fuck Mezco, fuck NECA. I'm not gonna be able to find these turtles. I'll have to they're only gonna be available on eBay. They're eBay exclusive. Oh, they're super limited. They're not trying to make sure fans have them, and then not find this humorous, especially when the last 2 or 3 turtle releases have been pretty mass produced, and they, granted, unless you have a Walmart that doesn't do collectibles, they've reissued and mass produced all of the 2-packs from the movie line. So,
they're trying.
So it's not like there's like, fuck you guys and making fun of us. They're actually trying and making fun and having a good time. So I'm all for it. The reaction figure of the Invisible Man, I'm like, it's a low hanging fruit, but it's still funny.
I'm actually shocked they're not going to do it. I think some people. There's enough, Universal Monsters collectors out there. They made an Invisible Pop like that one time. It was
the Jan Brady
bunch.
Yeah, Jan Brady and George
Which
Glass.
I thought was hilarious.
Yeah. At least they were nice enough that it was still retailed at the price of the 1 pop versus being a 2-pack. But yeah, it was in a 2-pack box. I actually got it for my girlfriend because she always would make jokes about George Glass, so that was what I got her is that 2-pack. And I was surprised that Books A Million actually had it in stock, let alone the fact that it was only like $15 because it was a con exclusive. So I was like, all right, why not?
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
Yeah, it's a really fun 2-pack. So they could definitely do it and someone would buy it. I feel like they'd have to charge like $5 for it though, because I can't imagine paying $15 for a cardboard and a bubble.
Yeah, because reactions are almost up to $18 now, and like that's a lot.
That's just gross. I mean, I get that they're not like, they have their fan base, but they're not like overly popular to the point where they're flying off the shelves. So you have to do something to try and make up that money. But damn, like, you're not. That's not the way to do it, because people are not going to want to spend $20 for a figure with half the articulation and half the size of a normal 1/12 scale figure. So. Yeah, I thought those were fun, but that is it for the news, which means it's time for weekly purchases. Ooh. I see you. I faked you out. You thought we were going to do Turtle Watch, but there's nothing for us this week.
Nah, we just had Yoshi, and that was the only news. That was it.
So I was like, there's no sense of doing an entire segment for one tease. But I'm going to let you go first this week, just because I want to know if I'm going to be able to outdo you, since you said yours was a little subpar.
Mine was a little light. This next one I got the day after we recorded the last show. What was funny is I just started watching these movies like the weekend before, and then I was at the exchange and I was like, I want this. So I got a NECA Victor
Ooh.
Crowley Hatchet figure, which I love it. These retro or these, yeah, the Mego style. I don't love all of them, but I will grab ones that I can't get in other action figure form, and this is just so fun. I mean, look at him. He's so cute.
I'm not gonna lie, the doll hair creeps me out though.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's a nice touch. It's the only way to do that because his hair was all wispy and whatnot. So yeah, those movies are fun. They're essentially just kind of Friday the 13th ripoffs, but they're in a fun way. So I have that, and then this I got just I think yesterday from Pulse. So
Ooh.
this is the Transformers Kingdom Dinobot. Again, I don't really do Transformers much, but I love Beast Wars. Dinobot was my absolute favorite character in the show, and this thing is awesome. Did not transform him, will not transform him. This is how he is. Do
I'm not
not
gonna
care.
lie. Once you get past a certain age, trying to transform him is near impossible. Because I
Nope.
tried,
Nope.
I did transform my Megatron, and between just like how ridiculously tight all the
Yeah.
parts were and trying to do it, I'm like, this is miserable. How does a child do this? And then I
Yeah.
got it, and I'm like, all right, I guess it's time to go back to the other way and never do it again.
Yep. Never. That's why I can't even imagine getting that Unicron because I think it comes
It comes in
in the
ball.
planet.
Yeah.
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 Ugh. I
That's.
heard it takes people hours
Oh, I
to
bet.
do that. Okay, and then this thing I just got yesterday, and I told myself I was not going to get this, but I got the Diamond Select Eric Draven Crow. Now, the reason I wasn't going to get this is because I have the NECA ones. I have 3 of the NECA ones. I have the regular release, the Reflections box set, and the Rooftop box set. So I was like, I'm good. But I finally saw this in the store, and he comes with the hand that he looks through, and I was like, sold. Sold. I had to. I do like the accessories. The only thing I don't like, and it's his neck is
Oh
huge.
yeah. Looks like he
It's
swallowed
weird.
something that he shouldn't have.
Yeah, like when he's standing regular, like you don't really notice it, and it's fine. But like when you look up, it's just like, damn, what a neck. But oh well. But I do like the accessories because he comes with a tombstone with a sitting crow, and then there's a flying crow, which is
Oh.
weird because this one has little foot things to stick in the tombstone so you can fit it there. This one doesn't have like a little. You probably can't see it in this light, but a little post hole, I guess where his butt would be. And there's nothing to stick it in. So
So it didn't come with like any sort of display stand or anything, like little.
trust me, not that I saw. I'll have to look in the packaging again, but I don't believe so. I could be wrong. But then I found out that the Walgreens version is different. It doesn't come with the outer coat, so it's
Oh.
just the under. So now I need that too. This is so stupid. I don't know how many of these I need, but I love that movie, so it's fine. And then 2 more things. One is just I wanted to show this because I thought this was awesome. I finally got my booster pack
Ooh.
from the Thundercats. So if you haven't seen this, so Super 7 fucked up, and they admitted it. Panthro's shorts were the wrong color, and Jackalman's fur thing was unpainted. So they sent
Oh.
us replacement shorts and a Jackalman armor piece with the right painted thing. But not only that, but they also included an extra head for Panthro, 2 pistols, and a rifle. This was all free. I mean, they screwed up, so they sent this out, and I got mine through Big Bad Toy Store, and they automatically sent these. They got from Big Bad Toy Store who ordered them and sent it out direct, which I just thought was great. I mean, they screwed up, they admitted it, and they made it right. So, all right. And then the last thing I want to show you, I was not planning on getting this. I already had the one I wanted, but a friend of mine had bought a whole bunch of extras, and he's like, I don't want this now. Do you want it? So I have
Ooh.
the modern Spawn, but not only is it the modern Spawn, and I did not know this when he told me, and maybe he told me and I didn't pay attention because that's probable. It is the autographed version.
Oh. Shit.
So that plate up there, yeah, that's an actual Todd McFarlane autograph. And then it comes with the regular Al Simmons head and the little meat hook thing here. I don't really know what this is, but this is different than the thing that came with mine. But then, of course, the modern version has the different costume and like the hamburger head with the tennis laces tying it up.
Head.
So, yeah, so he basically charged me. We did a trade, but he basically charged me what he paid for it because he bought so many of them, and I don't really understand why he did that. And then he ended up selling me this for basically what he paid with no markup. And I was like, yeah, I didn't get it the first time around because I didn't think I needed it. Then when I got my regular one, I was like, oh, I probably should have got that one. And then when he told me that, I was like, yes. So I snagged it up.
Maybe he was like, I really want to hit those stretch goals. Just give me the buy button.
I guess. I think he got 2 trilogies and an extra modern or something like that. I don't know. I know he sold the set of trilogy and he sold traded this one to me. So I don't know.
All right then.
But this Dinobot, oh my god, so good. He's like stepping up the screen. I've been watching the show again. It's on Tubi. You can watch it on Tubi, and I've been streaming it. And the animation is so bad, but it's still such a good show.
It does not hold up visually.
Oh, it does not. No, at all. It's so bad, but I love it. But that's it. That's all I got. That's my.
So wait, what was your count for this week then? Was it 5?
And
6?
I don't know that I would even count the booster pack. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Okay. 4. Well, I got you beat then for this week then.
Yeah.
So I'm
good.
Impressed. So we're gonna start low and kind of slowly make our way to the higher stuff. So for a while, I've been looking for this, and I just never pulled the trigger because they were always stupid expensive. But I found one cheap. But with everyone going crazy over the McDonald's Pokemon stuff, I was like, man, I should really have some representation of like maybe my favorite Pokemon or something. So I've been actively like thinking about it, and then I found them for $15. And the eBay seller apparently is someone who doesn't normally sell on eBay because it took a week, and I had to open up a thing to get him to ship it because he's like, oh, I didn't realize this sold. And I'm like, I get like 10 eBay notifications a day when I'm not selling something, let alone when I am.
Right.
So, but it showed up, and that's all that matters. But I've got my little Jack Specific Gold Duck.
Nice. I remember those. Those are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So finally got that. I did get.
Now, were those from like the early 2000s, or are those recent?
Those are recent. So that one is
okay. So I'm thinking of different ones.
Yeah, Jack Specific is the current like license holder, and they're still doing figures. He just came out earlier in the line. Like I want to say it was probably like early to mid 2010s. So it was one of those things at the time I was like, I don't fucking need a Pokemon figure. Like I still have my one from the 90s here on my desk, but he's just so itty bitty. I was like, I need something a little bigger. So I finally broke down, got that. Then my Mezco Black Skull Death Brigade figures came in. So I've got that.
Ooh, very cool.
It's a nifty,
I love those.
Nifty little army builder. I ended up getting 2, but I already traded one away because I'm like, I don't really need to army build these. Like, it would just, as cool as it'd be to have pictures of like Batman fighting a bunch of generic thugs, it's just too much. So I traded one away to get some parts because I'm going to build a Mezco Stanley. So those stuff's on the way. And you mentioned these already, and it would have been hilarious if yours would have shown up as well. But I also panic bought Mezco Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Oh, she does not like to stand though.
Now that's the Wonder Woman movie one, right?
Yes.
Technically.
It technically didn't make a Justice League or a Batman v Superman one, but realistically the only thing that really changes is her colors are slightly brighter.
Right.
But then of course I had to get Aquaman.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I can definitely tell why these figures have only sold now because of the 3-pack. They aren't great. They're definitely on the low end of the spectrum when it comes to Mezco figures because they're a bitch to pose, a bitch to get to stand. Like, thank God the stands have the little pegs because otherwise Wonder Woman would just be on the floor all the time because she does not hold herself up at all in them heels. Neither of them really have much for ab crunch because they've got the armor. So they're honestly just there because I needed the two to make the complete-ish Justice League. We still have to hope we get
Complete
Cyborg.
so far.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get Cyborg to make that all 6 of them. But that is not it. The last thing I got, I've been contemplating this for a while. Storm Collectibles with the Mortal Kombat. We talk about their accessories and the crazy stuff they come with. Well, I really love the Golden Axe skeletons. And they have started using them as accessories for Mortal Kombat figures. So they have a bloody one, which I currently have on the way. And then they also have this like acid green, like see-through one. Supposedly, I thought I read somewhere this is glow in the dark. I'm gonna have to charge him up and see. But even if he's not, he still just looks cool with like the green.
He looks great.
I feel like this unfortunately opened Pandora's box, and now I'm gonna have to get the. Luckily, no one wants them, so they're still on Bluefin's website. But the New York Comic Con exclusive, like pinkish purple skulls, so that way I have all the different versions of them.
Have you licked that one yet?
I have not.
Okay, I didn't know if he was flavored.
Oh no, I even if he was, I'm not a big lime guy, so
I went sour apple.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Like, sour apple isn't terrible, but I'm not a big sour apple guy either. So
okay,
I don't think I'd lick him even if he was flavored.
I lick all my toys.
That doesn't surprise me one bit. It explains so much about you. But that's all I got. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
yeah,
I for the first time ever, I think I beat you. You still hold the record for most in one episode.
Well, that was a special circumstance, but
that was Mezco level load blowing right there.
That was. I still haven't even gone through all those, like, because I'm still in the process of essentially boxing everything up because we're doing so much work down here, and I'm like, I have to, take it out. Like, my whole process is ridiculous. And for anybody who doesn't know, I bought a bunch of Masters of the Universe classics at the end of the year and the beginning of this year. But I have to like take it out and pose it and do the different accessories, and then I have to watch the Pixel Dan review of that figure in case I miss anything. And so then I've got to, I got to hear what Pixel Dan has to say. Even though I've watched all those before, I got to watch it with the figure. So it takes forever.
Yeah, so I mean that sounds like it's at least a 2-hour process for every figure.
Yes,
so
for each figure. Yeah.
That's reasonable. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'm a little similar, but except for I usually don't rewatch the videos because I'll watch D Amazing's reviews for anything that like is like he gets stuff early sometimes, so I'll watch that like as I'm pre-ordering it or before I pre-order it. And then it comes in, I'm like, okay, I remember him doing this, this, and this, and I'll like kind of play around and try to match some of the poses and stuff. So I feel it.
Yeah.
But that's it for weekly purchases. So hold up, future me. Before we go, I want to let everyone know about the giveaway. Once we hit 350 subscribers on YouTube, we will give away a first place prize of the NECA Ultimate Metalhead and a second place prize of the extra large NECA Musical Mugen Tour merch box bundle, which includes extra large t-shirt, tote bag, souvenir ticket, backstage pass, and 4 guitar picks. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and make sure to share our giveaway post on Instagram or Twitter with the hashtag ModernToyFair100. You cannot share this to your fleet, cannot share it to your story, otherwise it will not be entered because it only lasts 24 hours. So make sure to go do that. Easiest way, go to Twitter, hit retweet, type the hashtag, you're done. It's our pinned tweet, real simple. So make sure to do that, make sure to subscribe, and don't miss out because we're inching closer and closer every day. I guess that's it for this week's Modern Toy Fair news. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and you can even check us out on our Reddit. I follow a few subreddits. We post some pictures in there. There's always going to be links for the different reviews for the figures and the pictures. So if you're on Reddit and nothing else, check us out there as well. As always, I do have to plug Jamar's shit when he's not here. Otherwise, I'll get nagged to death like the YouTube wife that he is. Make sure to check out Why Are You a Gamer on any podcast app you have. It's a real fun conversation. He talks to people in the gaming world about why are they a gamer, what games they like, what makes them tick, and it's a great listen. It's not really like a sequential thing, so you can kind of start wherever you want and just pick and choose the episodes. There's even an episode where I'm on it, so if you want to start there to get your toes wet before you jump in, that's probably a good place. I think it's episode 3 or 4, so go check that out. But That's not the only person who has a separate podcast on this channel. Nate has Figuratively Speaking, and supposedly they're supposed to be on the road to recovery.
May.
Oh.
Look for us in May.
All right. We're finally getting there. I dig it.
We're getting there. Look for us in May.
As always, like we've talked about for the past several weeks,
take it with a grain of salt.
Put down in the comments below whose podcast is going to start back up first, Nate or Jamar's, because both of them, it just seems like that field goal gets further and further down the road. So let's see who we can bully into starting their podcast back up first.
It's probably Jamar.
Oh man, the confidence from last week is falling off.
Yeah, I talked shit, didn't I?
You did. You threw the gauntlet down. You said his bitch ass better be ready.
Yikes. I better do something about that.
You better light a fire under the other guy's ass.
Yes.
If you, for some reason, want to continue to hear my voice but not talk about toys, I am also on the Gimmick Minute Wrestling Podcast, where me, Jason, and Kevin shoot the shit on what's going on in the wrestling world. We even do predictions for the different pay-per-views, so check that out. We often say some ridiculous stuff on there, so if nothing else, it's pretty funny. If you'd like to support our channel, though, you can click the link below for tpublic.com, where you can get shirts with our logo or other versions of our logo, like the turtle version of the Modern Toy Fair shirt that I am wearing today.
Love it. Love it.
You can get those on shirts, cups, pillows, phone cases, all sorts of different stuff. So check that out. I greatly appreciate you. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe, but not only that, leave us a comment below with what announcements you're excited for. And even if we fucked something up, I have no problem admitting it. Nate corrected me in the middle of the show. Like, I fucked up the Toy Biz Lord of the Rings line. So call me out. I'll talk to you about it. I don't care. It helps the algorithm, and I don't have very many friends, so I have a lot of time on my hands.
Oh, and if you want to hear me talk about Beast Wars, come on by the living room.
All right, then.
We can talk about it while I watch it.
I dig it. We'll put his address in the description below for you, so you can Google Maps it.
Yep.
If you enjoy our faces, make sure to hit the little bell, get notified when our videos go up. Modern Toy Fair news will go up on Fridays, and Modern Toy Fair reviews will go up on Mondays, and sometimes we'll give you a bonus episode on Wednesdays. If you don't enjoy staring at our beautiful faces, though, we do have an audio-only version of Modern Toy Fair news available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, and Spotify, and other podcast apps you know and love, so check that out. We have also been labeled as a top 10 podcast for action figure hobbies through a website, which the link will be in the description below as well. And we're a top 75 hobby podcast in Australia. So a lot of things happening here. We're very popular, and you should tell your friends about us. But hopefully we'll see you next week. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.
I'm not doing the wave.